Hi guys, welcome to this quick video about these cordless automatic pool cleaners. I think they are pretty new, probably came out 2021 and you see them everywhere. They have actually not too bad reviews and there are a lot of videos about that. That's a huge hype and probably a lot of people are tempted to rush in and buy these things and then probably are totally disappointed. I mean, the videos which you can find, they provide some nice information, but not really when to buy and when not to buy. So I wanted to give you some advice on that. I mean, I don't have it. I have just done a lot of research about that. So I really know how they work and how they are compared to the normal cleaners like this one, which I was using now for around 5 or 6 years, which are used with these normal pool pumps like this one here. So this thing here is a total different thing. And actually it's only advised to buy such a thing when there are two preconditions around, and that's really important. Otherwise you probably spend a lot of money on these things and then you are totally disappointed. I mean, by the way, there are even smaller ones of the Zodiac or so. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Zodiac. It has been doing a good job. That's a larger one. That's the MX8 and that's the MX6, which is almost the same price as this one here. So you really have to figure out if your pool is suitable or not. And the first advice is when to buy. Only buy when your pool has this shape here from the side. So here we have the water on top and here's the bottom and here we have the side wall. So why is that? The thing is, when you have this running, it is driven by there's some water flow. I mean, there are some like water exhaust. It sucks in the water down here and then it goes through the filter and then it's releasing the water on the outside depending on where the handle is, and it's pushing the thing to the side. So let's say it's moving from left to right and then it needs something to bump into. It has to be a really nice wall. So the best thing is if you have such a proper 90 degrees angle, so you can bump into this thing and then the handle goes to the other side and then the opening changes from this side to the other side and it pushes it back. There are no wheels which give some acceleration. I mean, it does have wheels, but the wheels are not motorized. They do not have any acceleration. So the acceleration is just through the water output, and it needs something to bump into to make the switch from left to right. Otherwise it will struggle. Let's say if you have something like this, which a lot of pools have, a round edge, and then it goes from right to left and it tries to move up and it's struggling and struggling and struggling, and then it will be there for half an hour or so. I mean, probably at some point it will slide to the side and maybe go back if you're lucky or so, but it's definitely not the thing how it's intended to work. So that's the first thing. That's really, really important. That's number one. And that's the number two. Number two is that you don't have a normal pool pump. A pool pump where you have some high water pressure input and output. That's really, really important. I mean, I'm talking about such a pump which usually comes with 1 horsepower, 2 horsepowers or something like that. They are pretty strong, so they have 1000, 2000 watts or so, and they can create a lot of suction. So let's do the thing again here with this shape here. And the thing is, when you have like a Zodiac which is connected through a hose to the skimmer and it's causing a lot of suction, then let's say it comes along here and then it goes up and there's absolutely no problem. Let's say with a Zodiac or so, there's so much pressure, there's so much vacuum from this 1000 watts or 2000 watts. It's usually absolutely no problem to stick and go up till it comes even out of the water a little bit, and then usually goes down and to the other side. There's no way to get so much suction with this thing. Just forget it. It's just not working. I really can tell you. If you want to do the math, we can go down, and there's some indication here. Yeah, here we have the battery capacity, and you can see it has 2600 milliamps. Unfortunately, it doesn't specify the volts, but let's assume it's 20 volts. I think it's not 5 volts like USB, it's rather like 20 volts, which is pretty much standard for such batteries. Let's say you have a electric lawnmower or a trimmer or a lot of garden tools. So they are around this capacity. So that means when we do the math, it comes to about 50 watt hours. So, and it also says the runtime is, I think, 50 minutes. So you can really basically assume that it has a suction of about 50 watts. And compare again to this one here, these things have 1000 or 2000 watts suction. It's a huge difference, and even these things can have some problems. I mean, I have been sometimes struggling with this suction with this thing here. I had a rather weak pool pump with at the beginning about 1000 watts, then it was replaced by a 2000 watts pool pump, and then it was definitely better. But we are talking about 1000, 2000 watts, and here we are talking about 50 watts. If it's a 40 volts, maybe then we are talking about 100 watts, but it's still like by a factor 10 times or 20 times away from the suction which you have from a normal pool pump. So it's just not going to happen. This thing is not going to climb up a wall. I mean, by the way, when we are going back to the pool shapes, when we assume we have these 90-degree corners or something similar, or let's say close to that, you don't have to be worried that a Zodiac or similar thing won't be able to climb up here, because you can see there's this thing around. I don't know how it's called in English, but anyway, this should easily be possible to turn around by 90 degrees and then go up. I've seen this on my stairs. I mean, I had a more round shaped pool with this thing here, of course, worked perfectly, but I had somewhere the stairs on the other side, and it always was climbing up or trying to climb up. Of course, it has only managed to go here and then climb up to around here, and then of course here around this corner it lost the suction and it couldn't go even further. But here with normal 90 degrees angle, it shouldn't be a problem. I would definitely still recommend to buy these things. So only buy this thing here if you have like a 90 degrees angle, like something like this, and you don't have a pool pump. Those two things, I would say these two preconditions must be given. Otherwise you will be way better off with buying something like that, or if you have a larger pool, something like that, because it's really important that you have as much cleaning as possible, and especially also along the walls, side walls. And when you go even down in the listing, they even write use on flat floor pools, especially on above ground swimming pools, not suitable for very large in-ground pools. I mean, it still works for large in-ground pools, but over time it will accumulate some dirt and especially start building algae along the wall, and that's not good over time. You will probably get in big troubles if you're not cleaning the walls with some kind of automatic robot cleaner. And they even say here, not able to climb walls or stairs, also not good for cleaning algae. That's really important. And if you are thinking, yeah, they are just writing this, I can tell you, no, definitely not. I mean, this is as good as it gets if you don't have any other options. And I'm totally not saying it's not working at all. I have seen these things working, but it's just the best alternate option if you don't have anything else. But I will put down the links to all these things down into the description anyway, so you can check it out and figure out what's the best for you. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.